morning, beloveds. I'm messing with the camera angle. And anytime I do that, sometimes the iPad will just go, oh, well, then we're just going to do it from this angle. And I'm like, no, I really want that angle. All right. It's Monday. No, it's not. It just feels like Monday. Like yesterday felt like both Saturday and Sunday. It was weird. It felt like Saturday because I had nowhere to go and nothing to do, nothing that I had to do. But then it felt like Sunday because I knew I had to go to work, but it didn't feel like Sunday because I didn't go to church in the morning. You know, it's the holidays get you all kinds of, and then I just read a meme that made me laugh. It's like, January, every day in January feels like Monday, and today is the Mondayest Monday of all, except that I hear it's Thursday. And I was like, no, that's actually really funny. So, and I don't dislike Mondays. I don't. I'm not Garfield. I do, for the most part, enjoy my job. And I'm kind of glad to go to work today because I have 3 orders sitting in my back room that I couldn't touch last week or the last part of the week, the first part of the week. And so now I can go and get that processed and, you know, so like, yeah. Ugh. But that's what it is. All right. So, we are still doing the Science of Mind text, and I will choose to continue doing, I'm thinking about doing living the Science of Mind next. How that'll work, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking about doing next. But we still have some time in this one because we're doing the meditations, and we're in part 6 doing the meditations for self-help and healing. And I'm probably not going to read you the glossary because that's just weird. But then again, I may change my mind. I don't know. Because it might be interesting to talk about how his definitions are different than the way we use the words in secular. So, as opposed to sacred. I haven't made up my mind yet. If you have an idea, let me know. If you think we should do the glossary, then maybe we'll do the glossary. If you don't care, we'll see. Okay, so, but we are doing part 6. We are doing the meditations for self-help and healing. Ernest wrote them in first person with the idea that you would repeat the meditation as many times as you needed to get into the feeling. That is the goal here. I'm simply going to point out that this book was published in 1927 and the language has shifted a little bit. So if he uses a word that doesn't get you the feeling that you want, feel free to change the word. The example that I give is he used the word control in a couple of meditations. And I realized I didn't like the way it made me feel. So I changed that to support. For the most part, I haven't really altered them. I've pretty much read them the way he's written them. At most, occasionally he'll use gendered pronouns and I'll gender neutral them. But for the most part, you know, but that's the thing is if he uses a word, it doesn't get you what you want, the feeling you want, change it. And I also think that there's a couple of them in here that he wrote, especially when he was doing some, like, he writes either very specific or fairly metaphysical. There's been a couple where I think what he's done is he's left them broadly general so that you could change the language and make them more specific. There was one he kept saying, my own, and I was like, this just feels really weird. But I'm like, okay, but every time he said my own, I could substitute whatever it is that I'm working on. So I do think that he wrote some of these with the express idea that you would rewrite them. Okay. And he ends them with a really good affirmation so that you do the meditation as many times as you need and then carry the affirmation with you for the rest of, you know, however long you're going to do it. He also, so the way I like to do this, is, I forgot the housekeeping, but I'll go back and do that in just a minute. Cause I always do it before the meditation. The way I like to do this is I like to take the 2 deep breaths. One in through the nose, out through the mouth, do the meditation, take 2 more deep breaths, do the meditation again, take 2 more deep breaths. That's what works best for me. And then also when I do the different, sometimes the second time I'll emphasize it a little bit differently. And you know, one of them may work better for you than the other. So that's my intention behind this. Now, the breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, the reason I choose that type of breath is because science says it's the most calming for the brain and the nervous system. And you can watch that work in real time because I talk a lot slower after I've taken those deep breaths. Now, I did say that I wanted to do the housekeeping first, and usually I do it a lot earlier than that, but I sidetracked myself, and it happens. So all the housekeeping is just reminding you, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, if you want to know what's going on with the center, and you get 1 email a week, unless something unusual happens, is email. The email is info@creativelife.org. It's a constant contact. Nobody will see your email. Nobody will get your email. But check your junk or spam folder if you don't see it. And then I would ask you also if you could support us in the social medias. We don't monetize it as of yet. So please go like, subscribe, follow, share, comment. It bumps us in the algorithms. And we think we have good things to share. All right. So the meditation today that's the other thing is, if you just want to get straight to the meditation, look for where I'm wearing the glasses, because that's the signal that I'm about to do the meditation. All right. So the meditation for today is the witness of truth. We had the voice of truth yesterday. Today we have the witness of truth. All right. So let's take those deep breaths, because you just watched me do it, right? There is a witness within me who knows the truth, and who will not let me enter into falsehood. My inner guide keeps me on the pathway of life and directs me at all times to that which is right and best. I shall never be without this witness of spirit, for I believe in it and accept it as the great companion of the soul. The spirit within me is perfect now. There is a witness within me who knows the truth, and who will not let me enter into falsehood. My inner guide keeps me on the pathway of life and directs me at all times to that which is right and best. I shall never be without this witness of spirit, for I believe in it and accept it as the great companion of the soul. The spirit within me is perfect now. I like that one. There is a technique, and it is about watching the watcher. It's an awareness, it's a mindfulness technique, and I'm afraid I'm not going to explain it well right now, that this meditation reminds me of. It's about not getting caught up in the action, but being the watcher behind who is watching the action. And that's kind of what that one reminds me of, because it's a way to separate yourself from what's going on so that you can think about it. And I want to remind you that we all have inner critics and we all have inner guides. And it's important to distinguish between the two, because your inner critic is exactly what it sounds like. But this witness to truth is that guide. It's that inner guide, that inner voice, that small, still voice. And that inner voice will never criticize you. Okay? And so I'm going to go back to what I said yesterday about how do you tell the difference between ego and God. It's look at who it hurts and look at who it helps. If it hurts anybody, it is ego. If it helps everybody but hurts one person, it's still ego. The voice of God will never hurt anyone. And And that's where we are. So that's the same thing with that witness. You know, if that witness says anything that doesn't feel, I almost don't want to say feel good, because occasionally that witness is going to point out when we're not behaving. It's going to say, hey, you're not making the best choice here, you know, and that doesn't always feel good, but it's necessary. And so that's one of the things about, you know, being that witness is to separate yourself from it and look at it objectively, going, hey, you know what, this isn't getting me what I want. You know, it may feel good in the moment, but in the long run, it's not beneficial. And so you want to, you know, that's the witness is always loving and always has your best interest at heart. And so that's one of the things you have to separate. Sometimes when the witness says something, you're like, it may not feel good in the moment, but it's because it's telling you what you're doing is harmful. And so you have to separate between when the ego says, because the ego is always going to chase the pleasure, you know, and the witness is going to say, so it's a balancing act. The witness is not always about feeling good. It's about making the right choice. So, all right. That's what it reminded me of, is that mindfulness of being the observer, you know, it's like, yeah. Okay. But especially since he said great companion and capitalized the soul, and he said the soul, which harkens back to Emerson. If you want to know kind of what he's leaning into, go read Emerson's essay about the oversoul. It's like there's one soul, and each and every one of us are a part of that soul. We individualize a part of that soul. So, all right. That is the meditation for today. So now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a let's take care of business day, a let's get this year started off right day, a let's be the observer day, let's be the witness day, a let's listen for the voice of spirit day, a drink plenty of water day, a tell somebody you love them day, a remind yourself you love yourself day. One of the best New Year's resolutions that I saw was exactly that. Love yourself better. That's it. Love yourself better. You'll make better choices if you love yourself better. That's my resolution this year, is to love myself better, which is a continuation of what I started last year, especially in February. Tell somebody that you, no, wait. Yep. Now I'm going to say a good day, because I got myself off track. A good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. Simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. A spirit in motion, God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a God. All right, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who Spirit knows you to be. Okay? Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It is what the divine knows. Good. And from there, all things, anything is possible. All right? So, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you tomorrow, but not Saturday. Taking Saturday off because I'm going to go get this maintained. So take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.